It's the big 5-0.
The big 5-0. Da-da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-da-dum.
Episode 50.
50.
We should have had a party today.
Woo! Yeah!
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
I'm Marian LaSalle. I'm in Houston, Texas. This is
And I'm Russ
partner.
Johns, Arizona, sunny city, Arizona.
Somewhere in Arizona.
Undisclosed location, right?
Right. Fun city.
And I'm still on the mend. Marian,
Yeah.
you had the show last week. Wonderful job, as always. And so this week, there's some big things in the news of marketing, right?
Big things are happening. The pot is being stirred.
Yeah.
And somebody mentioned to me one day that, there used to be a thing on the internet that everybody used to go to, and it no longer, you can't even remember its name. And everybody thought that was the biggest deal ever. There would never be anything that would take its place. And then Facebook came along and took its place almost overnight. And now they're saying the same thing about Facebook. There's people behind the scenes right now creating the code to take over all the people that are disappointed in Facebook.
So, think of what Facebook was, right? I mean, Facebook was the place that you went, hang out with your friends, have fun, have conversations. And it was for a good cause. I mean, the reason behind it and everything that developed around Facebook, and Mark Zuckerberg, bless his optimistic heart, he really attempted to live up to that reputation. And for whatever reason, when you have 26,000 employees, somebody is going to be a little malicious and take advantage of some of that information. And now that the chink is in the armor and that trust factor has been eroded, where do you see this going, Marian? I mean, what do you see? What are the conversations you're hearing online in your circles?
I've been hearing this for years and years and years. I hate Facebook. And when I would ask the question, because every time we would do a class or a workshop or a webinar on social media, we would always hear this, right? In every class, I hate Facebook. And I would always ask, well, why is that? Well, they couldn't really give me a direct answer, but they would say, well, I don't want to see what people are eating for breakfast, or I don't want to hear about their, problems. And I'm thinking to myself, you just have the wrong friends. I could never understand that. My friends were doing cool things, and they were, talking to me and sharing pictures, and I could see my daughter. And I have had nothing but a good experience on Facebook since day one. And the only reason I was on Facebook was the same reason I was on that other one that we can't remember the name of. Because my daughter said, if you want to see pictures of your grandson, this is where they're going to be. There was no more emailing stuff, which what I was used to.
Right. Well, because, the images became larger. They became less manageable in email. So you have to have a place to actually, and it was MySpace, by the way.
I was going to try not to say it.
Oh, it's okay. I'm all right with saying it. And I think I probably still have I'll probably have a page there someplace.
You think?
Yeah. I think after being hauled into, I was really fascinated by some of the questions that were being asked of Mark Zuckerberg in the Senate hearings, and some of the misunderstanding that people have no idea about what the internet is about. The disconnect there was really surprising to me in some of those questions.
Well, some of those people probably don't spend any time on Facebook. They don't really understand it. So you have really, in my opinion, to answer your question, you have two people that are complaining about Facebook. You have the people that are just down there because they were forced to be on there because their friends were on there and they weren't getting any more emails from people. And then you have people like us who were marketing their business and having a social life on social, right?
Yeah.
So I think there's two things that are happening that people are really upset about right now. One is their privacy. They want to be in control about what's being shared with the world, right?
Right.
Not just outside their friends. And and then there's that, there's too many marketers. It's they're trying to make money. Those are the two things that I hear the most. It's like, well, Facebook is a business.
It is a business. And they have to make money in a business in order to sustain cost, right?
Right. So I think everywhere you look, okay, if you look at, we don't have cable anymore, because I was flooded out of Houston. I had to move, and where I moved to, they don't have cable. So I started watching everything online. Well, you're forced really to watch advertisements. Now you can mute those advertisements.
Well, it's no different than commercials on TV, right? Remember when we were a kid and we'd have to actually get up from the couch and walk over to the TV in order to turn the one of three channels, right?
We had 4 channels, but the
fourth one didn't come 4 channels.
We had 4 channels.
PBS didn't count because they only broadcast about 5 hours a day.
Yeah. So I don't think that is ever going to go away. So if you're one of those people that are complaining that you're getting too many marketing messages, I'm sorry, but that's just the way the world is going. That is the way that they pay for a lot. Otherwise, it'd cost us a lot more. Television wouldn't be free. YouTube wouldn't be free. There's ads. Okay, that's just the way it is. So get it through there.
So one of the questions that came up was, would you pay for a commercial-free experience?
And some people will.
Yeah.
Some people will definitely pay for that.
You know what that's called, don't you?
No.
YouTube Red.
Oh, yes. Okay, on YouTube. Yeah, well, we were definitely going to be talking about YouTube today because that's where a lot of people are pumping off.
We'll come back to YouTube in a moment.
Yeah, that's where people are going.
So I'm really fascinated to see, because I've been disillusioned. I've been disillusioned with Facebook. I've been shooting video every single day on the same channel for almost 100 episodes. That's 100 days straight on a single channel. Haven't promoted it, haven't pushed it out there, haven't purchased ads. And the organic reach is like 0, crickets, right?
It's not worth it, is it? As a marketer, it is not worth your time and your effort to do that.
Not organically.
Nope.
Not organically. So I guess my question would be is, if you wanted to take that channel now, or any channel, name the channel, and you wanted to grow that channel, it would be an interesting experiment to see how much you would have to spend in order to get an audience of any size on that channel.
Well, one of our clients just happened to talk to me about that yesterday. He said that they had a certain amount of budget that they were using for ads. Now, he didn't say exactly where those ads were, but I was assuming it was Facebook. And he said they were getting some pretty good response, so they decided to double their budget. But they didn't get double. They didn't get anything. There was nothing more coming through.
So they reached a maximum threshold, and that's the amount of traffic they received.
That's right.
Oh, interesting.
So I think everyone would have to do their own experiments depending on what it is that you're selling, what it is that you're promoting, whatever it is that you're trying to reach, the audience that you're trying to reach. So you would try it out on Facebook, try it out on YouTube, try it out on some of the other channels that your audience might be.
But
and
the beautiful thing about it? Yeah, the beautiful thing about it, though, is Facebook does, and I have to give Mark and his team a lot of credit for this, is there's a lot of data that you can receive from that, right? Now that may all go away. However, the amount of data that you can receive for an advertiser on Facebook and marketing, it gives you you can get really good. People that study Facebook advertising and get really, really good at it can really dial it in and really help a marketer get the message to the right people. Because that is truly all data. It's data.
Let's talk about LinkedIn a little bit, Russ. I know you're really active. Are they being affected by any of this? I don't hear a word about LinkedIn.
Well, LinkedIn last year was purchased by Microsoft, and Microsoft is big in big data and enterprise. And I've been on LinkedIn since 2005. And originally it was no more than a online resume. And a lot of what you had in your profile was search terms that you would use in searching for a job. Now, in the last few years, it's evolved into a business-to-business strategy. There are 500 million users on LinkedIn. Not as much as some other platforms. However, there's a lot of active users on LinkedIn, and over 40% of those are CEOs in companies. So decision makers. So rather than dealing like on Facebook, where you have to sift through, your grandma or your Aunt Sally or your sister's cousin's brother's, little niece, these are people that are actually business owners doing business in business. And everybody there understands the fact that this is a business platform, and we're here to do business. It's here to generate revenue. And so that's good and it's bad because, automation, as you know, I'm a fan of automation. So some of the automation that takes place is like you get a connection request, you accept the connection request, and 2 seconds later you get hey, I'm an SEO company and in some country that we want to sell you some stuff and look at our portfolio. And you can see both sides of the equation where it's done right and it's done completely wrong. And so it's no different than any other platform. The difference though is that, and it's improving, LinkedIn gives you some data. It's not the degree of information that you receive on Facebook. They are improving and it's changing. However, there's some videos there that I've had 7,000 views on. And a view is considered counts only after it's been played for 3 seconds. So if your video has been played for 3 seconds, then it counts. And so to me, that's a more focused reach and a better use of my time. Now, I've had a lot of conversations from LinkedIn. And so now the process is crafting the message, crafting the workflow and the process in order to convert that into business. So, building a relationship, because really what you're doing is building a relationship with these people. You're not, here, buy my stuff. Here, friend connection. Oh yeah, cute puppy. Can you buy my stuff? It's not that. It's really, social media is about taking your online connections offline and then producing results that way.
Well, what I was thinking yesterday as I was creating ideas on how to find the perfect interviewees was I probably should go on LinkedIn, because as I was looking over my friends, you know how they'll have people that are online on Facebook? As I was looking through, I thought, I really need to come outside of my immediate friends and see, because the interviews that I want to do are people that are all over the world. They're not necessarily right here in Houston. And I thought, okay, LinkedIn, but I'm not really sure, because if you're not directly connected with somebody, you can't really see those people. So anyway, I'd like to spend a little more time with you trying to figure out.
We should do a little class over it.
Good. So, how to find the right people on LinkedIn that you want to meet to either interview or to do business with, or not necessarily. I don't want to sell to any of them. I just want to connect with them and see if it's a good fit for an interview. Well, look, one of our.
Hey, Louise.
She says she wants that class too. All right.
Yeah, we'll put a class together. So I know that we could probably find a title or a keyword or something in the description that would trigger a result that would identify some people that you could find online that would help accelerate your conversations for flexible lifestyles. And that would be, I can imagine that very easily.
Excellent. Well, now that you brought that up, we have a couple of things going on. Flexible, and just in case you've never heard of it before, Flexible Lifestyle is a community that we're building to help people get an idea of what it is that they could possibly do. So right now, I look around at some of my friends, colleagues, business associates, and I see most of them have their blinders on because they got work to do. They can't see the possibilities of what a flexible lifestyle might mean for them. They're really heads down. So my job is to find those people that are out there in the world who are actually building that lifestyle or have already reached that lifestyle, and then bring you, the audience,
there's people that are already living the lifestyle that don't even realize they're living it.
Yes, yes. Some of the videos we've done already.
That's it's like, yes, I guess I do have a flexible lifestyle.
As long as you have strong internet, most everybody that is working for themselves can do what they need to do anywhere.
Yeah,
except for on a cruise. You can't.
Yeah, you don't want to be anywhere on a cruise. You want to be on the boat, right?
Well, you can't get good, strong internet, even if you pay a whole lot. Everybody was complaining. I didn't even try. As you noticed, you went a week without hearing from me. Was that really weird or what?
That was really weird. It was 2 weeks because when you got back, I was sick.
That's true. So. That's true. Yeah. So okay.
I'm still not back at 100%.
So either. I'm really excited about this new class that you're gonna get together. We'll do a webinar on how to find the right people on LinkedIn to connect with.
Didn't we do a webinar on LinkedIn?
I think we were going to. I don't think it ever happened.
No, I thought we taught some classes on LinkedIn. Maybe Future Media Association.
Future Media Association, we did. Yeah, those were live. Yeah, let's do a couple webinars on LinkedIn. I'd really like that because I have a need.
Yeah.
And isn't that why you develop things, is when you have a need? And look, we already have somebody that wants to join the class, and we haven't even named it yet. But I think, so this particular class webinar that we're looking at is a little different than trying to find somebody to sell to. It's actually trying to find somebody you want to connect with. I like that.
Yeah, how to find the right connections on LinkedIn, something like that.
Yeah, because like you said, some people are looking for a job and they go to LinkedIn, and some people are like me, they want to interview someone. Speaking of webinars, before we move on to something else, I want to let you know that we do have a webinar this Thursday, which is going to be April 19th, but there will be a replay if you miss it. It's from 6:30 to 8:30 Central Time, And I'm going to put the link in the sidebar here, but in case you're listening to this, iTunes or some other place, it's flexiblelifestyle.us/webinar.
Yeah, so sign up.
Oh.
Sign up for that.
Oh yeah. It's a good one. Nothing but good feedback. We had our first one a couple weeks ago, and nothing but really good feedback.
And it's really important to understand what potential there is in a flexible lifestyle, right, Marian?
Yeah.
You've been studying this quite extensively in the last, 30 days, 60 days or so?
I'd say 3 months or so, but I didn't know what I was researching. I was just going with a passion of mine, which is watching people that are living in a motorhome or an RV of some sort and traveling around. I really got interested in that. And so I started watching people on YouTube. And so just by watching that, I started getting ideas. And not that I want to sell my house and move into an RV. That is not my goal. But I just found it fascinating to watch these flexible lifestyles that people were just doing whatever they wanted to do.
There's an entire, I always call it the red car syndrome. When you start noticing a community of people,
right,
like the mini car community, the minis, the cars.
Yes.
There's an entire community around that car, just like Mustangs or antique cars or hot rods or motorcycles. There's an entire community around these things, right?
And you'd never know that unless you had one of those cars.
Right. So when you're thinking about a lifestyle and you started investigating that, you discovered an entire new opportunity, right?
Yeah. And those people that were actually doing it. Fascinating.
Yeah. Fascinating. I thought it was, and it opens up a whole new world of opportunity. So what's the biggest takeaway that you've discovered from going through this process that we're going to be sharing on flexible lifestyle?
What's the question? What's my biggest takeaway?
Yeah, what was the most surprising thing that you discovered along that, just observation and the discovery of people in a flexible lifestyle and what was possible?
Okay, so I found that what's possible is that real money is being made by these people. Real money is being made by artists and YouTubers and videographers and bloggers. Real money is being made, not chump change, not spare change. They're making a really good living and then some. And another thing I've started noticing, I already knew this, but really got in there really solidly, is that the communities that they're building. People are very community oriented, and they're really loyal. When they find somebody that is doing what they really want or what they really admire, they're loyal and dedicated to them.
There's a theory called 1,000 True Fans. And if I quoted who I think it actually started the theory, I'd probably get it wrong because there's an actual book on 1,000 True Fans. And this idea that these 1,000 true fans will support you and purchase your material and they love what you're doing and they want to support you and they want to see you produce more. So I think this really lends itself to YouTube and especially Patreon.
I found it, Russ. I looked it up. I had to. It's Kevin Kelly, and the book is
Kevin Kelly.
The Technium. Ooh, that is not a word I'm familiar with. Technium.
Technium?
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah. And the whole idea, though, is that there are people that want to support you.
Right.
And that's the whole purpose of Patreon, right?
That's right.
I mean, and some of these people are not, they don't have huge audiences on Patreon, and they're able to make a living.
Right.
That's the beautiful thing about it is that you can get paid for being who you are and doing what you love. And the only connection is being able to connect with those individuals, right?
Right. And people really thought that would be Facebook. And what we're finding is you can't even connect with your own family members now. It's just the way the algorithm is. You can't see the things that you want to see anymore. You can't connect with your community. Even though you built that community up, you have a Facebook page or a Facebook group, no one's seeing your stuff anymore. And so people are getting very frustrated because they think their community's leaving them. Well, they're not. They just don't know how to get to them. And people are busy and they forget. They forget to come back to your page or your group. You have to have a way for them to see you. And that's why I love YouTube so much. Is you ring that bell and you're going to get notified every time I put up a new video, right? Every time Russ puts up a video on Agency 258, or every time we put up a video on flexible lifestyle, you get notified. All you have to do is ring a bell. That's smart. Okay. Smart on YouTube because they have a good solid community that's following them.
Well, and also that a lot of people haven't really thought about is that YouTube is a search engine and it's owned by Google, who's the largest search engine in the world. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. I mean, how many times have you looked up you gone to YouTube to look up how to do something?
You know what, Russ? I want to mention this because I was uploading a video yesterday. It was a fantastic interview by a lifestyle consultant. She travels the world and she teaches classes specifically to women, and she teaches them how to travel solo. It's called sheflysolo.com. Anyway, as I was uploading the video, I'm putting the description in. And when I hit save, I noticed that YouTube put up a new something for me to read. And it said, some of the description may show up in Google searches. And I thought, I mean, we knew it was happening, but now they're telling us about it.
Right. Well, now, as of last month, we can fire up the browser, Chrome browser, go to YouTube, do a live video, just like that other website, right? I mean, LinkedIn doesn't have that, and it just really upsets me that they had it and they turned it on and then they turned it off. I remember the day that it happened, and I was so excited. I actually made a post about it. So there's a lot of things I don't care for LinkedIn.
Like they turned your videos upside down?
Yeah, like they turned my videos upside down. I was the upside down man. That's what started this whole daily video thing in the first place. It's like, okay, screw you. I'm gonna do video every day.
Well, we're almost out of time. The show's coming to an end. Is there anything? I know 30 minutes goes by very fast.
So repeat. Tell us what is going on this Thursday, April 19th, from 4 to 6 Arizona time. Or is it
4:30 to 6:30?
4:30.
Yeah, and it's Central Time at 6:30. Eastern Time it's 7:30, and it is in the PM. So in the evening after you get home from work. Okay, we are going to be teaching not only how, but you're going to have a community that will support you to get paid for your time, your talent, and your efforts by using video on YouTube and connecting your community to Patreon. Yes.
It's a beautiful thing.
Be there or be square.
Yeah. And for those that know me, Marian had to talk me into this.
What?
So.
What did I talk you into now?
Well, the whole Patreon
Oh, I know, right?
thing.
But now you're seeing. Okay, all right.
Well, I'm going to start a Patreon channel and see who pays me to be me. All right. So, marketing ideas that work. Thank you, Marian LaSalle. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Russell.
Louise, thank you for being here. It's a pleasure as always. I love you. And until next week, every Tuesday, marketing ideas that work. This is episode 50. And I know that we've done more than 50 episodes.
Oh my
right?
goodness, because we've had other channels before. But yes, this is 50 for marketing ideas at work. And we're really glad that you're here, and we hope you'll come back. And if you'd like to be on the show, we'd love to interview you. Let us know. Marketing@agency258.com.
Perfect. Till next week.
Bye for now.
Have a good one. Take care. Enjoy the day.
Yeah.
Can't leave without saying that. Enjoy the day.
You enjoy your day.
Enjoy your day. All right. Really. Goodbye.